single morning to help you catch up with things that you might have missed out on whilst you were catching up on some all important sleep. Because let's face it, whilst you and I need sleep, the whole world needs sleep. The world of sport doesn't really sleep. There's always something or the other going on. But worry not, we're here to bring you all of the updates. Let's quickly take a look at what it is that is making the news this Monday morning. Oh, lovely, wonderful Monday morning if you are an Indian fan. Less so if you are a Pakistan fan, which is evident in the fact that videos are already doing the rounds. As we had predicted last night of social media fans on the other side of the border in Pakistan smashing TVs after yet another loss to India in the T20 World Cup. Quite frankly, I don't know what it is that they were expecting either which way. If they were expecting a win after all that drama, apparently it would have strengthened their team. I don't quite know what to say, but it is hilarious to watch either which way, so I'll give them that. However, it's also led to a lot of questioning and soul searching among Pakistani ex-players because you've had multiple actually questions asked over certain players, with Shoaib Akhtar actually going as far as questioning Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chief, blasting him and calling him incompetent and illiterate, someone who's not fit to be running the Pakistan Cricket Board. Interestingly, Shoaib Akhtar also said very clearly that look, this is in fact a team which has made a star out of Babar Azam, and Babar Azam is a player who has yet to actually win you a match, and you've made a big star out of him. In fact, he's another player in Mohammad Yusuf has gone one step further and said that time is up for Shaheen, Babar, and Shadab in this format. Pakistan's T20 squad needs new performers, not empty wins against weaker sides. Ouch. That is a big statement, but one that is very much in line with what a lot of people had been saying either which way. Now, whether or not Pakistan actually acknowledges this is a different matter, but I mean, let's see. We'll see. Because they do tend to always have these big reactions after a loss to India, but then everything goes hunky dory again when they start winning against smaller teams. Speaking of the T20 World Cup, plenty of matches coming up today as well. And whilst Afghanistan versus UAE and England versus Italy might not necessarily be seen as big ticket matches in the T20 World Cup, both of them are actually crucial to both sides. So in Afghanistan versus UAE, if Afghanistan can register a big victory, then mathematically they'll still be in with a chance. And UAE, if they can somehow upset the apple cart, well, they would also be on course because again, UAE can still reach 6 points if they win their remaining two games. Of course, they have tough games because they've got Afghanistan and their last match is also a tough one. But if they somehow manage to do it, then they'd have automatically qualified for the next round, which would be massive. And there's also England versus Italy, which again might seem a fixture more suited to the FIFA World Cup, but is taking place right now in the ICC World Cup. And as I said, it's a crucial match. It's a crucial match for England in particular because if they win, then they'll be on 6 points. They are through, done, dusted, no questions asked. Remember, West Indies have already qualified from that group. However, if Italy can somehow upset the apple cart, then Italy will stay in contention and they'll also ensure that England's wait to qualify goes on just that little bit longer. Also, very important match Australia versus Sri Lanka. It's a virtual knockout for Australia, which will be the late match today, 7 o'clock. Somehow, Australia are in a situation where they need to win this match to keep their chances alive. If Sri Lanka beat them, then it is curtains for Australia without even reaching the Super 8s, which is pretty bad. I mean, this is Australia we're talking about. Even a weakened Australia should, at the very least, be making it into the Super 8 side of things. But that is something that could not be happening, especially if they lose today to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka win, they are also through. But if Sri Lanka don't win today, they can still seal their progress by winning their last game. Anyway, switching our focus now from the world of cricket to the world of football, Arsenal fans rejoice. You are through to the FA Cup's fifth round for the first time in 6 years after a 4-0 defeat of Wigan. And the first of those four goals came in the first 30 minutes of the match itself. So it was a dominant display from the Gunners. Speaking of dominant displays, Rayo Vallecano probably had a dream match against Atletico Madrid. The same Atletico Madrid who, remember, just a couple of days back, a few days back, actually managed to put four past Barcelona. They beat Barcelona 4-0 in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Rayo Vallecano beat Atletico Madrid 3-0. Very surprising. It basically leaves Simeone's men 15 points adrift of current league leaders Real Madrid. I think that title hopes are done and dusted. At best, what they can be competing for is a top four spot. And interesting news for Indian football legend Sunil Chhetri. He scored a goal yesterday against Sporting Club Delhi. And Sporting Club Delhi, well, won't exactly be one of those teams we'll be keeping an eye out on. But with Chetri scoring the goal against SC Delhi, he has now become the oldest ever goal scorer in ISL history, surpassing the record set by former Arsenal and FC Goa legend Robert Pires. Very interesting, and it just shows that Chetri, even at this age, continues to be a top forward. Couple more bits of news before we call it quits. Portugal's Frederico Ferreira Silva won the ATP Challenger Chennai Open event. It was an event that was going to be potentially a case for a lot of people showing an Indian talent showing something, but unfortunately wasn't the case. It was Portugal's Frederico Ferreira Silva who beat Argentina's Federico Agustin Gomez in the final. And for chess fans out there, Norway's Magnus Carlsen, arguably the greatest chess player ever, added another crown to his collection when he became the first official FIDE freestyle chess world champion after a comeback win over Fabiano Caruana in Germany. Why is this win important? One is because it's Carlsen's 21st title across all of the chess formats, and it was a win that came in a comeback. So good on Magnus Carlsen for actually managing the win the way he did. He was trailing, then ended up taking the lead, needed a draw in the fourth game, which he duly got, and he is the FIDE Freestyle Chess World Champion. That's it from us on this edition of the Morning Wrap. Thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, if you enjoy our work, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and stay tuned throughout the day for more such updates from the world of sport.